Number one, I just played this on my main account. Great balled it. I feel like if I would have hit perfect ball, I would have had the eagle. So let's see if I can't find perfect ball this time. We're gonna go plus, what is it, plus 20% on the drive. No top spin, no side spin, no back spin. All right, so don't do what my opponent did. That's gonna put you want to be consistent with the drive, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's get our wind punched in first, 8-5. No spin either way. Just line your guide up to go about halfway, right smack dab in the middle of those two bunkers. So right there looks good. And then adjust your 20% extra. So it's gonna be 10-5. It's like right there, okay? Pull back, no curl, just find perfect ball. This thing's gonna roll down between like 335 and 338. So it's gonna bounce up to the top. Then it's gonna roll down nicely. It should be between 335 and 338 on the distance. 336, perfect. And that means we're gonna be going plus 5% with our sniper for the next shot. So once again, very important to be super precise with both your shots. We're at plus 5%. So 8-7, 9-3 on the rings. Set up with the yellow ring just before the fringe. Go with all but like the last bit of backspin. So 6 bars of backspin on the tee. No side spin at all. Line up your shot. Right there looks good. Center cup. And then adjust 9.3 for me. Okay. And I just got to find perfect ball. And this is going to be damn close. There it was. That was the perfect play. You just, like I said, if before you finish watching this, if you go let's say your drive rolls down to what was it, 336. If it rolls down to 334, you've got to adjust just a tick more than 5%, like 0.1 more. If it goes up higher, then adjust like 0.1 less. So you have to be super precise to be able to replicate this. All right, let's try this again. Let's go with differences. Let's go with 25% this time. I think I was landing too far. I don't think my adjustment was enough at 20%. Strong wind. All right, so find +2. Red ring just into the fairway. Right there. As far as spin goes, that should do the trick right there. So now we got red ring touching. Let's try that. And then 11.2. Let's just see. Let's do it. Oh, still too far. So everything's missing left. So you maybe have to just like offset a little bit more. All right, let's see if I can't land this one closer. I had a great play for this last time. I just couldn't hit perfect ball. So we're gonna go hammer, A2, 5 rings, max top. That's not the Thor's hammer, that's the rock. There we go. Max top and then like 2 right. Great ball. That's be okay. 376 is what I was last time. So hopefully we're not too far from that. the best way to replicate. So further, we're going to be less towards min, more towards mid on our next shot. All right, so I had 20% elevation for the next shot. I really think we're going to be more towards mid. No, sorry, right at min this time. Right smack dab on it. So I'm going to have to play this further up here. That's fine, that's okay. I'll pull back that much. Let's go 1-to-1. I don't know why I can't hit a great ball on the shot, or a perfect ball. I mean, this is gonna miss to the left. I mean, I feel like I have the no, missed to the right. Okay, so let's think about that. I should have went with the 8.8 min distance. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna confess that I went ahead and paid $5 for the feather ball just for this hole. I want the side spin 3, which this ball has, and then wind resistance 5 will make this a very safe shot to play. You still want to, I mean, if you hit a great ball right or left, you might get in trouble, but I highly doubt it. So we're going to go 5% uphill, under adjustment, but max distance. And I might actually, if I play this 0%, it's 5.4. I might actually go 0% elevation in between. So 5% would be 5.0. Can't find an opponent. Just listen to me talk, so I want you to understand what I'm saying here. If 5% uphill is 5.0 and 0% is 5.3, I'm going to go in between those two numbers. Of course, this is just me talking out loud for how I'm going to play this time. We'll adjust depending. But I'm using a power 1 ball. So let's go ahead up here. 5.7. Let's line this thing up. Right there looks good. Line it up with the cup. It's 5.7. I'm gonna go like 5.5. 5.5. Let's see. Let's see what this does. This will at least give me something to go off of. So that was a perfect landing spot. And I'll be able to zone this in no problem. So that's going to be what I adjust, 5.5. I should have adjusted 1-to-1. I should have adjusted 5.7. So there you go, 1-to-1 if you use that feather ball. All right, so I watched an opponent of mine just absolutely crush this shot, almost hold it. And of course I couldn't see a spin. So I'm gonna see if I can't replicate his shot with my Pak 5. Good thing about this, it's not a max curl shot. I just legit watched a Thor's Hammer 6 blast through the trees to the green. But we're not going to try that. We're going to try Pak 5, 2 backspin, max right spin. We're going to extend this thing out to where it's just to the right of that rough line. So there's the rough line that I'm right on, just to the right of it. Let's go right there. And max overpower and copy this curl. This worked perfectly for an opponent. The thing is, I don't know what his backspin was. Is this thing gonna stop? Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So that's the shot right there. Perfect. Number 6. I got us a good starting point for this last time. See if I can replicate max top to right. You want to just imagine, visualize this thing up there. 7.3, 20% extra, 6.2 on the rings. There, and then push up. As far as overpower, there's max. We're going to just let off a max just a tad. This should be plenty. Great ball right's okay. Yeah. Maybe a little bit extra overpower. With that low of a wind, I mean 7 something is low. Maybe get into full overpower. More than that, like 9 wind, you don't want to go full overpower because you might go too far. All right, so my setup for the second shot is going to be 5% uphill, not downhill, 5% uphill, which means less of an adjustment. 8.3. Let's see where we're at. There's min, there's max. So we're going to be like 40%, 2 top spin. And the offset's going to be 1 grid to the right. So bear with me on that. 6.3. No, not 6.3. A little bit more. Oops, I messed that up. I forgot to get my percentages right. Actually, it looks okay though. So what I tried to do there at the last minute, I was supposed to go 40%, not min, so I tried to adjust a little bit more. So I'll have to go back and look and see exactly what my adjustment is, but definitely the 1 grid offset to the right to make that play happen with 5% uphill. Number 7. All right, let's see here. 20% elevation, sniper. We're gonna play it in max distance, even though it's not gonna look like we're in max distance, just to get my numbers consistent here. 3 backspin, max right spin. 7.4, so 9.1. You want 3 backspin, set that first, 3 backspin, max right spin, and then you want the clear ring bordering the rough to the bottom. Right? I can find it right there. Okay. You want your ball guide 2.5 grids to the left of the cup, so right there. Adjust your 20% extra max distance, which is going to be 9.1. Oops. Thank God I got lines, otherwise I'd be all over the place. And then curl, copy the curl. Awful great ball. Like a terrible great ball. So this is gonna, you know what though, this might actually still come in. Oh my, wow, okay. So that curl was, I needed a little bit more curl because I great balled that right and still missed left. But at least this is something for me to go off of.
It's crazy.
Steve, how are you? You get
At the
taller,
cop.
you look taller. You come down here just to bust my balls. So, you coming back to the basketball team? You could use a new center ever since Gomez got a gout. Oh, he got the gout?
There he is.
That sucks. No, last week, there's other ways to deal with this besides confronting him the way that you did. Okay, look, I hear you. I really do, but, put yourself in my shoes. He was waiting out. He wouldn't answer me when I gave him a direct question. No, but he had the crap scared out. Yeah, but we have to make split-second decisions, Doug, so no one gets hurt. It's not a perfect system, but most of the time we get it right. So you didn't get it right. If you had, you would have known that he wasn't on drugs, and you would have found out who his parents are, and you would have called. So you didn't get it right. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Put your number right here. Okay? I'm gonna put it up here so everybody can see it.
Number 9, let's see if I can't get this one zoned into. You know, every shot affects the next. So whenever I'm thinking about my second shot, I have to get my first shot to replicate first. And my first shot on this hole yesterday, when I was like 2 inches away from albatrossing it, was 428. So considering that, let's go with horse hammer. Get my clubs right. We use a Titan, why not? Max top spin, like 3 right spin. Push it up there. 8-4, 5-1 on the rings. And push up max. Hopefully I can get this around 428. You know, 425 more than likely will be about right, since I'm thinking a pretty good kick. This might actually be more like 435. Okay, so I was right at where it was yesterday. And then my next shot's going to be 10% elevation, sniper, in mid distance. And I was just left of the cup, which means I didn't adjust quite enough. So if I went 0.4, let's go plus 15%. Let's try that as our adjustment here. And I need to have 3.5 top spin on my next shot in order to get this where I want it to be. All right, so in order to make sure that I hit this shot in the same distance that I had it last time to replicate and play off of that shot, I need 3.5 top spin. So let's type this in first. 10-0, which is pretty strong. 3.5 top spin. And let's figure out how to run this thing to the cup. So let's play up there. Right there. Okay. And then 10.5, more like 10.6. Nope, 10.5 because I do have it at 15%. So 10.5 on the adjustment. So I'm dealing with a really strong right to left wind here. We'll see how that affects it. But that's the good landing spot. That's the good... Line was perfect. Need more topspin. Okay. Run it through the hole a little bit more. But that's the perfect line.